5:30. I think that's the only way we didn't start.
Oh, no.
I was trying to get out of your way.
No. See, I started my first part with that right there. So I'm with Mr. Dirt Imperfect.
Hey, well, some people go almost dirt perfect. You know? The name's a joke. Some people just don't get the joke.
The thing about it, I mean, you're friends with Wade.
Hey, it's a good comment generator. I'll tell you that much. You enjoying yourself here at Volvo?
I am. You've been here before, hadn't you?
This is my second time here.
Second time.
And I'm just as impressed as what I am the first time. It's a grown man's sandbox.
It is.
We are very fortunate and very lucky to have this opportunity.
So for us to do what we do, to years ago doing what we've done growing up doing, to where we're at now, to just post videos of what we do every day, to do stuff like this.
It's
I mean, explain that just a little bit. What's that? I mean, because you would never think you'd do something like this.
It's you know, I started YouTube because I want to document my life, and then you realize that you can meet friends and people that share common interests, and that turns into opportunities, and your friends become this huge community you build online. And like everything we're doing today, I feel like we're doing it with them. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're the ones here in flesh experiencing it, but I mean, part of it, that's what we're doing with these things, walking around, is sharing everything we do. And we don't get to do this stuff without them guys supporting us. So it's a big full circle, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the reason why we enjoy doing what we do as much as what we do is because of the support of people watching and the opportunities people like Volvo provide for us. So it's, I don't know, it's, you and I can sit here and talk about it because we experience it. It's hard to explain. But I'm not complaining. It's awesome. It's an awesome life, awesome opportunities. So
this is Michael Simon, Mike Simon. Logger Wade calls you Mike.
Usually known as Mike, Logger Wade's name.
Yeah, and he's Dirt Perfect on YouTube. Of course, Les Diggs here, and several other people. Tractor Time with Tim's here, but Cool Beans. I never
say there's over 1 million subscribers here today or something.
Yeah, it's like 1.5 million or something. It's just.
It's crazy.
Crazy numbers, and that's the reason why we're here, where we can get this stuff.
Between the two of us, we're like almost a quarter of that. We just gotta combine efforts.
I know, yeah. Well, we gotta
take them.
Well, we need to gang up on Les Diggs. What we need to do.
Somebody around here told me this wasn't a competition today. I'm like, I'm still to be determined, you know.
Right. Well, it's great to come up here. We were at the Con Expo. They brought us out there.
Yeah, we
3 years ago.
Each other.
Yeah, missed each other out there, and then so when I seen your name on the list coming out here, you know, I was really looking forward to getting.
I'm gonna blame Wade on missing you because I was Wade's, I guess, the adult version of babysitter chaperone. Is that the way it works?
You were his handler. That would be the political way to say that.
If anybody knows Wade very well, that's a full-time job right there.
That's right, man. So, yeah, you got a big presence on YouTube, Instagram,
Facebook, TikTok.
Right, everything.
We don't do them all well, but we do them all. So.
Gosh, dog. Up from the Indiana area up there. Yeah. Wade's neighbor.
Literally,
right?
Like I can see Wade's house from mine.
Yeah, cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I've known Wade my whole life.
All right, we're in the 550 now. So I'm actually driving it with the rollers on the joystick.
there's a lot more to this video than what I'm putting right here. I'll get the rest of it out at another time. This is kind of all that I wanted to do at this point on this. This was the Volvo 550, the new 550 that Volvo just came out with. I think it had a 5.5 yard bucket on it. I think that bucket was just a little bit too big in this wet, sticky clay that it was in. Because, I mean, it just pulled the guts out of that machine trying to pull that bucket up through that wall, that clay right there. So we all post these videos, and it looks like we're having a good time, and we are. I mean, we are what you see right here. But man, let me tell you, it takes a lot of work to pull this off. Between the travel, everything that goes into it, there's a lot of give and take. Just like, for instance, at the end of this video, when you see me pick up my phone, when I looked at my watch when it started ringing, and I seen my youngest daughter's number pop up on the phone. Jill nor my girls ever call me unless they need something. We don't just chit chat on the phone or nothing like that. So if I see one of their numbers pop up on my phone, I know that I need to answer that thing and I need to get on it. And sure enough, I answered it. Emma was there, and she said, "Dad, my car won't crank." And of course, she's over in Starkville at college there, which is, from the house here is only about, 35 minutes or so drive over there from here. But of course, I was in Pennsylvania. Nothing I could do. So I told her, I said, "Where's it at?" And she told me where it was on campus. I said, "Can you just make do?" And I was supposed to fly back this same night. And right after they filmed this is when it started sleeting and icing. And when it started doing that, I knew right then that I was screwed on this whole, that getting back was going to be bad. And it was. It turned out to be a big mess trying to get back. Me and Mike and NYA Millennial, Matt, his name's Matt. And then there were the two guys with Heavy Metal Learning. We were all on the same flight leaving out of Pennsylvania. We sat in that plane 3 hours from the time we got on it, and then finally getting it de-iced. We actually went back to the jetway one time for them to do something. I don't know what the deal was. And man, we just sat there and we sat there and we sat there. And when we were taking off, my game plan was, when I landed back in Columbus, the airport is between Starkville and Columbus. I was going to jump in my truck. As soon as I got back, it would have been about 9 o'clock my time, and I was going to run over there, grab Emma real quick from her dorm room. We was going to get her car, get it back going. And of course, I got people that I could call that could have took care of it for me. But man, I hate asking people to do stuff. I mean, even Slade, he said, "Man, how can I help you?" I said, "Man, don't worry about it. I'll get it taken care of." Well, I was going to run over there at night after I got back off the plane and go, but I never made it in that night. When we were taking off from Harrisburg, my plane that I was supposed to have been on going to Columbus was actually landing in Columbus at that time, and that's the last flight. And so, got into Atlanta. And, just when you're in that situation like that, you feel so helpless and aggravated to the point to where you hate what you've just done. That you want to go do something fun, but yet you need to be here to take care of things. And then it's still not so bad, but you end up getting screwed trying to get back where you can. And that's not the first time that's ever happened with me on traveling. I've missed flights 2 or 3 different times for different appearances and all. Man, it's not all what it's made out to be, is what I'm trying to say. But still a good time up there with Volvo. And this was a Volvo hosted event that they put together for us to come up there to help them promote their stuff through what we do in front of each of our audiences like that. So the rest of the story, I ended up flying back in the next day. Thank goodness for the lady at Volvo Travel, their travel agent. I couldn't get a rental car because I was going to hop in a rental car and just drive back. I would have got back. It would have been, I landed there. It would have been about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I still would have got Emma taken care of at night. But I ended up getting back the next day at lunch. Left the airport, went straight to Starville, got Emma fixed up. I went and we took her car and went ahead and got her a battery right then. I jumped her off, got her a battery. So it was all well. It's just, delayed on out. Thank goodness I didn't have anything planned for that next day, because had I had something planned, it just got shot straight up a hog's butt, and when I travel, I just don't plan anything. So, yeah, man. So if your ambitions is to be really like crazy on YouTube, where you can do all this kind of stuff, you need to think about it a little bit, because there's a lot that goes on. Now, Mike and Matt, they ended up making it back. They was able to get on another plane, or their plane going back. And I think he told me they got in the middle of the night. So anyhow, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.